Chapter 1. Life is pain, but it doesn't have to be painful, also known as the introduction. Life is pain, Highness. Anyone who says differently is selling something. Thus spake the dread pirate Roberts/Wesley to Buttercup in the glorious 1987 movie The Princess Bride. Aside from learning that one should never go in against a Sicilian when death is on the line, this is probably the most valuable lesson that wise film taught me. But, contrary to what the dread pirate Roberts/Wesley appears to advise in this scene, I have never believed that one should just accept it. The Nietzschean pirate was not wrong. Life is definitely pain. The Daily Mail exists. There are still people in the world who believe that banning abortion will lead to happy families as opposed to mutilated women. Every straight man I've ever met prefers boring Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's to glorious Katharine Hepburn in the Philadelphia Story. And, call me a crazy idealist, but I'd have thought that by the 21st century, any movie that suggests the only happy ending for a woman is marriage would be deemed as unacceptable as any movie that suggests the only jobs available to black people are maids, drug dealers, sassy best friends, or Nelson Mandela. Oh, wait a minute. Then there are the pains that come from within, and going purely from my own experiences and observations, women are particularly enthusiastic about inflicting these on themselves, almost as much as some of the aforementioned exterior agencies are about inflicting them on them, and it is entirely possible that the two sides to this equation are not unrelated, even an ever-interlooping system. After all, bullies look for susceptible targets. This is not to suggest that women are delicate victims who need protection, or that feminism treats them as if they are, or whatever nonsense some folk come out with to justify not confronting such things. Show me a smart, competent young professional woman who is utterly derailed by an inappropriate comment about her appearance, and I will show you a rare spotted owl, one journalist wrote in an editorial in the New York Times in 2011, suggesting that secretly women love to be reduced to their physical appearance, and only pretend they don't because they think to do otherwise would be a betrayal of the sisters and their Orwellian attitudes to sexual harassment. But then, this journalist also seems to think that a woman's age, young, and employment status, professional, are in any way relevant to her credibility as a sensible person, and rather, more jarringly, suggests that only weak women can't handle harassment or worse, thus putting the focus and blame on the women's reactions rather than the men's actions, an all-too-common tack in a variety of contexts. So perhaps we need not waste any more of our time on this theory. Although I can't help but regret not getting to see that owl. I do like an owl. It's hard to be awesome in an occasionally lame world. That so many bizarrely retrograde cliches and expectations still dominate so much of society and pop culture is depressing enough. The number of people who perpetuate them, internalize them, and even enact them, because, I guess, it's easier to do this than to come up with one's own ideas, one's own arguments, one's own life, can feel downright deadening on a person's soul. As a woman who works in the media and watches a lot of movies, I inevitably notice this in particular in regards to the depiction of women in the media and movies. This, I guess, is because feminism has arrived at something of an awkward place, in that while equal rights, if not equal pay, are, at the very least, expected, anachronistic expectations and depictions of women remain. But to be honest, the fact that we're even talking about feminism, or specifically the definition thereof, is depressing, because it seems spectacularly lame to have to stroke one's chin about what gender equality means. I have yet to see a single article asking, say, are civil rights dead? Or, is the fight against racism relevant to 21st century fiction? To paraphrase two recent chin-strokey articles about feminism, neither of which, incidentally, came from the straw men of daft right-wing tabloids, but two ostensibly liberal and ostensibly respected British publications. It never ceases to amaze me how much of a meal people still make about the definition of gender equality. I'd have thought that the clue was in the name, but then I always was very literal-minded. The ubiquitous cliches about life in general, and what one needs to do in order for it to be a fulfilling one, again, going by my personal experience, tend to impinge on one's subconscious and fester during one's 20s and 30s, bringing with them the four horsemen of the apocalypse: self-doubt, panic, insecurity, and credulity. One knows when these have arrived because one finds oneself reading the Daily Mail website, Mail Online, and giving a toss about it. But contrary to what a certain pirate claimed, one does not have to accept this, or insist that one is unaffected by them, because to do otherwise would be a cop-out of some sort, and I swear I'm not trying to sell you anything.